Greetings and welcome to TAIL Module 3 Unit 2 on Instructional Situations. In our earlier unit, we understood the nature and some of the characteristics of instruction. What is all instruction about and what are the issues that need to be looked at. We looked that in brief. We had an overview of that. Now, one of the first elements of the instruction is to understand how to classify instruction. There can be any number of ways. So, we look at what we call instructional situations. So, in this the main aim is to understand the elements of instructional situations. What do we mean by instructional situations? It can also be called context, because any course that you offer is offered in a particular context. For example, all institutions are not the same. They are after all physically located at different places, and the kind of classrooms each institute has will be different. The kind of students that each institute will have will be different. The faculty that are available are different, and so on and on. So, the context in which you are conducting a course will be different from one place to the other. So, an instructional context refers to the instructional setting and environment. What do we mean by that? It could be student demographics, social milieu, physical conditions and organizational relationships within the institute within which the instruction actually takes place. So, all the factors, the external to the learner, they influence and define what, when, where, how, why and with whom individual learners learn from instruction. So, as you can see, the context plays a major role. Like if you take an IIT and a newly opened rural engineering college, the contexts are not the same. So, the teachers who offer courses cannot completely overcome the influence of the situation or the context to conduct the course. So, you cannot expect, sometimes you cannot even aim at what one institution can do, even though the subject matter approximately remains the same. So, collectively all the factors together are called instructional situation. That is the meaning of instructional situation. Now, how do I classify? Again, this classification is not anything unique. You can possibly, in the literature you will find these instructional situations are classified in many ways. Here we see them under two broad classifications. One is called value, the other is called conditions. Values refer to elements of instruction deemed to be important by the stakeholders, because the stakeholders once again are different for different institutions. For example, if you take a NIT will have is governed by some board of governors or a governing council, then you have various academic bodies, and there are a whole lot of the structure or the role of stakeholders, what they consider important are very different from, let us say, a privately run self-financed college. And this is where the issue comes. In any institute you have several stakeholders, like starting with the management, and then you have academic council, you have boards of studies, then you have the teachers themselves, students, parents and so on. These are all stakeholders, and each one of them have different levels of influence on how the instruction should take place. But an alignment of values about instruction across all stakeholders is helpful. If they are not in alignment, that means what the management expects and what the teacher wants to do, if they are at variance, obviously a good instruction may not take place. The teacher may still follow what is dictated by the management, but he won't really be happy in doing a course if it is not in alignment with the values of other stakeholders. Conditions: all factors related to the context other than values that have influence on the choice and use of instructional methods. Okay. You have several conditions that come other than values. You can list any number of them. We will list some, and hopefully they absorb all the issues of all the conditions that are important to conducting instruction. Now, the values refer to learning goals, priorities, methods, and who has the power in making decisions. Now, let us start with learning goals. Learning goals can be what do you call, the curriculum itself is a learning goal. Curriculum consists of several courses, projects, and so on. But right now, for an individual teacher, if you look at especially in the context of outcome based education, learning goals are expressed as outcomes. These outcomes can be program outcomes, program specific outcomes, and course outcomes. Now, what happens is these outcomes, POs, are already given by National Board of Accreditation. PSOs, individual teacher does not choose, it is a department that chooses. So, the choice that is there with the teacher in autonomous institutions with regard to COs. If it is an affiliated college, even the COs are written by the boards of studies. First thing is, writing COs alone does not guarantee that you meet your learning goals. These outcome statements should be written following a well defined process. Well defined process, why do we require that? Because the statement of CO should not vaguely represent what is to be done, what should be the goal. It should be very clearly enunciated, and we have elaborated this in the tail module 1. Now, at any given instant of time or in any classroom, one course outcome becomes the focus of instruction at any given time. Because when I walk into the class, what do I do today? I am addressing one particular course outcome. And obviously, instruction needs to be planned for that CO, taking into account the POs and PSOs addressed by that CO. This issue of which PO, which PSO need to be addressed by that CO, we all explored this in detail in the module 1. Now, we talk about priorities. Priorities can vary from one course to the other. What are these priorities? For example, in one course, covering the syllabus when the scope of the content is too large. Many universities, boards of studies do make this error, that is, you want to teach a lot of things in a given course, so you overload the content. Content is disproportionate to the number of sessions that are available to the teacher. So, when the content is too large, the priority becomes how to cover the syllabus. How do I cram? That means I quickly run through the class, rather address every part of the content, because you cannot be should not be finding fault with you saying that you have not addressed this particular chapter or this section. So, the covering the syllabus becomes the priority. Sometimes even if available sessions are not enough, people are forced to take additional sessions. yet in another course the pass percentage should be high. That will be the diktat of the management or head of the department. Pass percentages cannot come down, because then the college will have to face some other consequences. And in some case, in a slightly more autonomous institutions, a teacher has a little more control over the thing, but one can also make an error with regard to a teacher may have preference for some of the topics. So, to enable the students to master some selected parts of the course now becomes his priority, because those are, whether he considers them important or he likes those topics, either way you focus on some topics more than the other topics. That can become the teacher's priority. And then sometimes the priority could be how to address the requirements of weak students or sometimes the better students, because if you try to take one particular way of instructing, better students may get bored, weak students may not be able to catch up. Then you are required to address the requirements of one of these. So, the priorities, as you can see, vary from one course to the other, not only because of the content, also because of the preference of the teacher or the other stakeholders' preferences. Now, instruction method, if you look at, that is, what is the method by which I am facilitating my student to learn. And the most preferred, or the most 99% of the time, the instruction method is really lecturing, which you can also call one-way transfer of information, because when you lecture, however knowledgeable the teacher is, however much his way of presenting in the classroom is good or bad, most of the time in the classroom is spent in transfer of information one way. That is the dominant instruction method. However, you have a large number of instruction methods is available to the teacher, but just because they are available, it does not mean they are used, and it does not mean that every method is preferred or liked by all teachers and so on, but a large number of instruction methods is available. Now, what one should say, every teacher should actually explore some of these instruction methods, and based on his preference with regard to the subjects he is handling, he should make those methods his own. He can make minor modifications to the details, but he must own those methods, and they become his preferred methods of instruction. But of course, the choice of the methods should pay attention to the physical environment. We will presently see what that is and how effective they will be. Sometimes some methods they broadly address that. The lecture could be very interesting, but it is not effective. Effective in the sense the intended goal has to be met, has to be attained. If it is not attained, you are only generally going in that direction, that is not sufficient, and it should be reasonably efficient, because it should not take a lot of time to communicate one concept. And also, most important thing is for students to learn, they should engage with the knowledge that is being presented, and engagement should not be restricted to passive listening. Okay, that is what unfortunately happens most of the time. And now, who has the power? In autonomous institutions, the instructor has the power to decide the content, or at least to a large extent, instruction, assessment and evaluation. All the 4 parts he has some kind of control. For example, if you take the content, though he does not have unlimited freedom, but he can design the course and have it vetted by the department academic committee or whatever that you have, and subsequently it will get vetted by what do you call board of studies. But it is possible in most of the cases in autonomous institutions, the first level of design of content or the choice of the contents rests with the teacher. But subsequently instruction, assessment and evaluation are in the hands of the teacher. But institutions affiliated to university, it is some centralized bodies, whatever you call them, like boards of studies, their academic councils, they are at a distant place, or the controller of exam, they have the power to decide the content, assessment and evaluation. And the teacher has power only over the instruction. Sometimes he may not even have that. In some private institutions, it is the management through HOD has the power over many aspects of even instruction. So, that is where, as you can see, where the power rests, and this where the power is, whether it is stated explicitly or only known implicitly, will have a great influence on how you conduct your instruction. Now we come to conditions. As I said, I am listing 5 here, but there can be, you can add more or you can bring other conditions that are not addressed as a part of any of this. So, you are looking at the content, communication, learners, learning environment and development constraints. Now, let us look at the content. First of all courses are not similar in nature. So, an instruction method that is applicable to one type of course is not necessarily the best for some other type of course. For example, courses can be descriptive, mathematical, conceptual or engineering science or engineering or design oriented. For example, a design oriented course and a mathematics course cannot be taught in similar styles. So, first thing, the content itself is a major, constitutes one major condition for instruction. For example, if you take a course like material science, with which I had some experience, material science, while it is extremely important for many branches, whichever way you look at it, either it will become too science oriented or it will become too descriptive. In either way, an engineering student may not see any value in that immediately. You can only say the curriculum says it is important for you, but the student himself does not feel the importance of material science in his branch, especially when it is offered at second or third semester level. And instruction in these courses, these descriptive courses, can be quite challenging, because no student really wants to keep on listening to some material where there are no problems to be solved, or there is he does not immediately see what the value is that. So, it is something like a necessary evil through which he has to go through. So, obviously to make it interesting presents a great challenge to the teacher. Or you can also have courses which are highly mathematical in nature, or it has several abstract concepts which are difficult to grasp. Instructing in such a course can also be challenging. How do you make it bring it down at a level, to the level of your students where they feel comfortable in learning? Some of the courses that they always have difficulty will be like circuit theory or electromagnetics, These are all, everybody considers them important, and the way generally it is presented, most of the students find it not interesting enough, and in the process when they do not absorb all the concepts or mathematics of that, they do not perform well in those courses. And one thing is very clear, all courses are to be described in terms of course outcomes. You may also give a list of topics, but in today's context of outcome based education, every course will have to be described in terms of course outcomes. Now, communication. Teaching is primarily a communicative process. You are communicating something to the student, and when the communication takes place, that means you are giving a message to the student, and if the student has to internalize that message or he has to understand the message. Therefore, rules for communication, whatever rules that you have, and the communicative competence of both the teacher and student in the classroom will influence the attainment of outcomes. There is a communicative competence. Even as a teacher, you can find out the entire spectrum, very poor to very good, entire spectrum is covered by the community of teachers. Unfortunately, once again, when somebody is not so good at the beginning, when he enters the career with regard to communication, very few people make an attempt to improve their communicative competence. They just start and possibly almost stay at the same place throughout their career. And students also may not be able to do not have adequate communicative competence, because his facility with English or in the language that is communicated may not be adequate. So, you will not understand every word or every sentence that is spoken in the classroom. So, this communicative competence of both students and teachers will have a great influence on the attainment of outcomes. But teacher determines the structure and direction of instructional conversations. You have several instructional conversations. These conversations would mean, if you allow students to ask you questions, student will ask a question, then you answer, or other times you are presenting and the student is listening or possibly seeking clarifications. But the structure or the rules of these instructional conversations are generally determined by the teacher. Each teacher either implicitly or explicitly states these rules right in the beginning. For example, a student will know in which class he can actually ask a question and in which class he cannot. So, that is what it is. Teacher determines the structure and direction of these conversations. Now come the language of communication, which is particularly important in countries like India. First of all, English is not our native language. All of us have grown in our own languages, even though it's privileged people or people who can afford possibly have learned even in the primary to 12th standard, they might have done their education in English. Some of them they do it in local language. Whatever you say, by the time they enter a professional program like engineering, the facility with English is not uniform for all students. And you can say for significant percentage of the students, they are not that comfortable with English. But all learning resources are available in English. There is no dearth of learning resources these days. Books are not expensive. There is plenty of information on the internet in various forms. So, availability of learning resources is not an issue. A few years ago, access to textbooks was an issue unless library stores large number of copies. And instruction, assessment and student responses are required to be in English. Most of the institutions there is no choice, and English not being our language, the native language for most Indians, students as well as teachers are not necessarily fluent communicating in English. For example, if a teacher is not very fluent in English, there can be errors in communicating by the teacher. The errors can occur. These errors sometimes they are either noted by this identified by the student, or sometimes they do not. In either way, it will influence the learning by the student. And errors in understanding by the students can also occur if the student is not adequately competent in English, and on top of that if the teacher is not adequately fluent in English. So, you have not so fluent teacher is communicating to not so fluent student, obviously it is a source of any number of misunderstandings and errors. And language errors in what is written on the board and presented in the slides can have multiplying effects. You carry the first tendency of any student is whatever is presented by the teacher is right. Only occasionally you see the contradictions, and then you may rise or may not rise. So, what happens, whatever that is written on the board or presented in the slides, that means all the students will carry with them sometimes through their life, and until you face an interview where that leads to an error, and the interviewer can find fault with your presentations. Further, students from rural areas and graduating from 12th standard in Indian language medium are likely to have issues in spite of the institutions having several special formal and informal activities to improve their communication abilities in English. Several colleges have established language labs to make sure this gap is filled, but that gap is filled to the best effort they can put in, but a language gap does not easily get resolved unless the students put a tremendous amount of effort. So, what happens, some of the teachers just to carry the students will start presenting information, at least use the local language. While you may write something on the board in English, but you keep talking, use more of local language and using of course the technical words in English. That serves some purpose, but what can happen, doing this beyond 3rd semester can become disadvantageous to the students, because the students have to face placement interviews, and also all professional activities that they are required to do, they are all conducted in English. So, if you are not up to the satisfactory level by the time you start attending placement interviews and you come to the stage of writing project reports, the student is at a great disadvantage. This is not a peculiar, this is a problem where the language in which you do your higher education is not the same as your. Now, how do you go about doing this? And right from the first semester, the student should be given several exercises in writing and value them, just not giving the exercises, but there should be a summative assessment of the performance of the student in that. And then by and large the student should be encouraged to read widely. Reading widely in English will greatly improve your language. And then coming to the learners, students in majority of affiliated colleges come from wide range of social and economic backgrounds. as well as cognitive abilities and motivations. Because the higher education has been expanded, and on top of that, for a variety of either political or social reasons, the admission barriers have been sufficiently reduced. Anyone who passed is eligible for engineering program. So, as a result, what happens is many colleges can find the students with very poor cognitive abilities and motivations. Now, teaching engineering, especially mathematical subjects, to students with poor cognitive abilities is a challenge, unless the students are willing to cooperate with you. For example, entrance test ranks and their range is an approximate indication of the cognitive abilities of the students. It can be used as a proxy, otherwise you have to do very complicated surveys and or tests. And also, because of the kind of parental pressure that you have, many branches, practically it is common to all branches, you may find it is not an insignificant number of students, you find reasonable number of students who have no motivation for engineering, because they are there because of parental pressure. So, when somebody is not interested in engineering and you push through him, he becomes a liability, both to the teacher and the college and to the parents. So, the context is characterized by the distribution of students across all these categories, and that becomes a challenge. If the context is too widely distributed over all these parameters, then it is a challenge to the teacher. Learning environment, it has physical, social and emotional dimensions. Physical environment actually is the learning spaces, and in some colleges, especially India being a very hot country, in most of the places one can have during hot times you have fans running, and with lot of background noise you can hardly hear the teacher just a few rows away from the teacher. And very small number of institutions have the facility to air condition the classrooms. And when students find it as it is, they have other issues influencing them. On top of that, if you are not able to hear this teacher properly, and then the teacher loses the attention of the student, and that is the end of learning. If I am not paying attention, there is no question of learning. And some arrangements of the furniture do not permit certain types of instructional activities. And availability or non-availability of Wi-Fi and access to power for internet devices will have significant influence on the type of instructional methods used. That is, certain type of instructional methods cannot be used if you do not have some of these facilities. Then you are confined to using only the blackboard, or if you have a projector, only to present the PPTs. And then social dimension of the classroom. We all know, we have explored this, it is known that we all learn better through social interactions. The students will discuss with each other outside the classroom. If they have, at least many of them would like to interact with each other and learn. And the learning environment also should permit instructional methods like think, pair, share, group discussion, group projects as required by the outcomes. So, that social if you want to do that, obviously you have to form the groups right. If you want a group project to be done or a group discussion to be effective, there should be a right kind of group formation should be made. Otherwise, again the instructional method will become useless. So, that is the social dimension of the classroom. And you talk about emotional support. First of all, whatever environment that you are creating, which is dominantly has to be created by the teacher, does the student find it emotionally supportive? For example, students from rural or disadvantaged backgrounds, though they are reasonably competent, will always have a question of a lack of confidence. This has been extensively surveyed in India also. There are in fact programs implemented to enhance this level of confidence, but it cannot be done for all. So, special attention must be paid to provide support to them, so that they do not become further timid and kind of get withdrawn. So, you have to provide some activities, some mechanisms to enhance their confidence. For example, they should not be discouraged to raise questions, should not be ridiculed if they make mistake, and also presence of a large number of unmotivated students in the classroom will always present a challenge to the teacher, because they have to engage themselves in the class, because attendance is compulsory. They will be doing other activities and disturbing the other people. So, winning over unmotivated students into the classroom is something that every teacher will have to address. And you may have some development constraints. A teacher may be asked to design and offer a course with a short time notice, and that can become a challenge. Or sometimes, even though these days learning resources are available in the internet, but there could be monetary constraints with regard to some courses at least. So, with all this, these are some development constraints. Now, we request you to identify the instructional situation or the context of a course you taught in terms of its values and conditions. We have explained what values and conditions. You do not have to be exactly strict to these titles, but you can identify the instructional context, and we would appreciate if you can share the results of your exercise. In the next unit, we will look at how brains learn, because every teacher, after all, learning takes place in the brain, and every teacher should have some knowledge of how the brain functions, at least at the level now, at our present level of understanding, and to the extent what influence does it have it on learning. Thank you very much for your attention.